Billboard album sales in 09.
Did you hear that? He was gay. Keep it real.
Bro, stop. I'm not gonna say I heard that.
Yeah, but it's true. But it's the truth.
How do you know that's the truth?
He's gay. The world knows he's gay. But more importantly, it's the truth that you heard he was gay. Because everybody in the room said they heard he was gay.
Did they?
So I know you heard it.
Dude, for real. I'm proud of my brother, for real. I was saying like how he had the car show, he pulled up on me.
Pulled it off.
And I got to use his products. And we was like, you know, let's have a, you know, an act of love.
This true, this true inspiration. Me being with my brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, we here. We the neighborhood association now.
You better believe
it. You better believe it, motherfucker.
The board.
Yeah.
The board. Puffy just gave me $1 million after I was just taking pictures with this shit everywhere.
What's the rock?
For over a year.
Oh, shit. That's pretty
no
dope.
contract, no shit like that.
Just as a thank you.
Yeah, just on some love. So, like the slippery soap.
Thank you. Yo, I actually washed the car because I'm supporting my brother. I'm not just buying slippery soap. I'm actually using it myself. So,
Carisha roof of the truck. He made it happen. I'm proud of you.
Only for slippery soap.
That's right.
Let's go.
Do you look at them any
You
less?
mean like Rose? Jacket Freeway Ricky Ho exists.
Rose ain't on the list, man. Goddamn, you gonna throw Rose catch a stray?
He can put it on there. Put it on there.
Okay. Yeah, like you know, Rose.
That folded over bitch.
You know, he gets inspired by what someone else.
Yeah, he was so
works.
inspired. He pretended to be that nigga until somebody called him on his fake ass G, and then he went running around looking like a Buddha with his shirt off, beating on little bitches, singing about "Pass Me the Sage." I don't get it. They own fucking Rick Ross ass too. Fuck you, Rose. You fucking folded over bitch. You still paying the gangster disciples. I know, because one of them's related to me. You still paying. You still paying, ho.
The Rose, the fake Rick Ross. Because I know the real Rick Ross. Like, what kind of grown man who was a prison guard comes out to pretend to be a real gangster and then still tries to hold the name while the actual man is living in the world?
What is it with you and Ross that's just been going on for so long?
Nothing else works for him outside of mentioning me. When things get bad, you mention me. It gets covered further. I get covered across the board. They get covered on the hip hop blog. It is what it is. And you watch because I have nothing else to say. You'll just see it happen periodically as it goes. You know, you see that big white elephant? That property he lives at? It costs more than the nightclubs. He's in the nightclubs. Like, what kind of rich cut his own grass? Why you out there cutting your own grass? You trying to save money, nigga? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with cutting your grass.
50 Cent is trying to take down Diddy.
No, he's trying to move Diddy and Jay-Z out the way so he can run it. And the truth is, I ain't mad at him. I just don't trust him. Because the truth is, he would just be another kind of monster in another kind of way. He don't want things to change. He just want to be the one that's running it. See? Easiest thing to do is to take your enemy's feet and hold them to the fire for things you know that they won't admit. Which is why when that C&D came out, he took all of that Diddy shit down. Because of his tape. Say. What is it with all of these pretenders? And now they got an even bigger one named Curtis Jackson. They should check the EPA report and the toxic waste he's been allowing to be dumped around the property of Millennium Studios. And then when Diddy goes and gets into trouble and you need to convince the white people you're still in control, you bring Kendrick Lamar, who we already know you don't like for the way he embarrassed you on Don't Kill My Vibe, the remix. But we also know you got ties in TDE, Sean Carter, and you got a switch on top.
Rick Ross has finally broken his silence
and what he's revealing about Diddy has sent shockwaves through the entire industry. In a bold and unexpected interview, Ross confirmed the rumors that have been floating around for years, that Diddy's empire isn't just built on music and business, but on manipulation, secrecy, and disturbing rituals. According to Ross, Diddy has been orchestrating freak-offs and cult-style gatherings behind closed doors, pulling in young artists and celebs with promises of fame, only to trap them with fear, secrets, and footage. Ross says he witnessed it all firsthand, and now he's speaking out. It happened on a podcast. Ross was calm and collected until Diddy's name came up. The host tried to brush it off with a laugh, but Ross leaned in and dropped a bomb. "I've been to them parties," and he said. "I saw what goes on, and it's not what people think." The room went silent because everybody knew exactly what he meant. Ross then revealed why he kept his distance from Diddy, despite moving in the same circles for years. He said he saw things early on that didn't sit right with him. He described walking into a room filled with masked people, dim lighting, candles on the floor, and no music, just low, eerie chanting. "I stepped out and never came back," Ross said. But that didn't end it. According to him, Diddy didn't take that lightly. Soon after, Ross started hearing whispers, rumors in the industry that he was unstable, difficult, paranoid. But Ross says he was none of those things. He just didn't want to be controlled. They use fear. They use tapes. They use secrets. And if you don't play along, they'll come after you. Ross went on to say that Diddy's events weren't just wild parties. They were ritualistic. According to him, these weren't celebrations of success. They were tests of loyalty and obedience. They wanted to see who was willing to give it all up for everything. Ross claims young artists are carefully selected for these events. You think it's just a house party until you realize there's no phones, no windows, and no leaving until it's done. He said Diddy doesn't even mingle much. He watches from afar, surrounded by cameras, observing who follows orders and who hesitates. That's where it gets even darker. Ross says what Diddy calls entertainment, the rest of the world would call abuse. He described people being asked to do humiliating things while being recorded. Those who complied got rewarded, features, exposure, awards. Those who resisted, blacklisted. And the price for playing along? Your soul. Ross referenced multiple celebrities who were never the same after attending Diddy's parties. He said you can see in their eyes, that blank stare like something happened, but they can't talk about it. For years, Ross stayed silent, but with the lawsuits piling up and the feds raiding Diddy's homes, Ross finally decided to come forward. He said what he saw at those parties reminded him of full-on cult rituals. Robes, chanting, symbols on the walls, and red liquid in goblets that didn't taste like wine. It wasn't a party, he said. It was a ceremony. The worst part? The cameras. Diddy didn't just throw these events, he filmed them. Ross claims Diddy keeps a vault of footage, blackmail material on anyone who's ever stepped into his inner circle. That's how he maintains control. You talk, he leaks a tape. Ross says this is why so many people stay quiet. Not out of loyalty, but out of fear. He even claims Diddy once tried to bring him in deeper, told him there were levels to it. Ross said no, and everything started changing. Projects got shelved. People turned cold. The smear campaign began. But now, as the walls close in, Ross is watching the empire crumble. The raids, the lawsuits, the witnesses, the footage, it's all unraveling. He says this is only the beginning, and that what's been hidden for so long is finally being dragged into the light. Ross even talked about the Circle, a group of powerful entertainment figures who allegedly operate like a cult. According to him, Diddy's not just a member, he's the one who initiates. He's the one who tests loyalty, and if you fail, you vanish. This ain't just a scandal, Ross warned. This is a spiritual war. He said these people worship power, and they believe in signs, in sacrifice, and they'll go to any lengths to protect their throne. If fans saw what happens behind those doors, he said, it would break their minds. When asked why he's speaking now, Ross replied, because I'm tired of watching people get destroyed. I've lost friends to this. Young kings and queens came in with dreams and left broken. Ross confirmed that federal investigators have already contacted him. They know I know, he said, and I told them what I could. He believes that once the tapes come out, it'll flip the whole industry upside down. Diddy's image as a mogul is done, Ross said. This ain't about bad boy no more. It's about bad choices, bad actions, bad spirits. Ross believes. The darkness that Diddy brought into the game is finally being pushed out. The light is breaking through, he said, and the wildest part. Ross always believed this exposure was inevitable. You can only hide evil for so long, he said. Eventually, the truth kicks the door in. And now that the door is open, there's no shutting it. He ended with a warning to everyone still inside the circle. It's not too late to walk away, but once them tapes drop, ain't no saving you. That's it for today's video. So what do you think about Mia's testimony? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the video showing now on your screen.